Hi y'all, I'm Chase, and this is my 2017 Road King, the Milwaukee-Eight 107, affectionately known as Alice. Yes, she has a stage 1. But today, this video is going to be about, well, let's just say brotherhood. And I mean that in, well, both ways. I mean actual brothers, you know, blood, and people that aren't, but damn if you don't feel the same kind of closeness with them as you would your own brothers. And I think that's a thing that a lot of men are missing. Nobody talks about it. You know, it used to be there were places where it was, you know, a male-only affair. And I know that sounds absolutely horrible and misogynistic. But you know, it's funny, there's plenty of places where there's, you know, it's an only women affair. They can go and it's just for them. And there's all kinds of other demographics that they're allowed to be, you know, an only us kind of thing. They have plenty of clubs and all that stuff. But for men now, it's frowned upon. Why, if you don't have somebody of some kind of different something in your little club or your get-togethers, why, you're some kind of evil person. I don't know when it happened, you know, because I'm not someone that pays a lot of attention to politics. I mean, I do a little bit, but it seems like now it's gotten to the point where it's really bad. A group of men can't get together and talk about, you know, life. They can't give each other advice. They can't just be left alone. They have to have some kind of, I don't know, there has to be some sort of ulterior motive, when really it's just guys wanting to be together, guys wanting to hang out with each other, bounce ideas and opinions off of each other. And that really kind of is sad now. You know, and I've seen that, you know, the male suicide rate, it's a lot worse than it used to be. You know, per 1,000 or per 1 million, I don't know what it is now, but I know it's higher than it used to be. And a lot of people, they just ignore it. Because screw guys. Well, if you look at civilization, you might want to rethink that. Because without them, you're screwed. You don't have a civilization. And I know, oh, I'm a girl boss and my wife can kick most guys' butts and all. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, friends. But we all know how life really is. We all know nature. We know reality. Now, you may tell yourself something different, but you know deep down in your subconscious, it's not. It's exactly how it's always been. I'm so blessed because I had brothers. That feeling of knowing that no matter what, in your worst, you know, moments of your life, your most dire hour, you know, in a worst possible case scenario, having someone or someones that are going to show up and, you know, give you a little support. And now it's frowned upon. You're not supposed to help other people, especially other men. Oh my God, let him do it for himself. He'll figure it out. Screw that guy. I think that is part of the downfall of, you know, I don't know, our society right now. And why do men commit suicide? Well, deep down, every guy wants to do the thing for himself. At least, I don't know, maybe it's the people I hang around with. You know, you don't want someone to help you up off the ground. If you can do it yourself, why damn it, you're going to get up. But sometimes you need that little bit of help. Sometimes there's no avoiding it. Someone has to help you. And without that, men become hopeless. And if you think about nature, nurture, all that stuff, think about what's been bred into, you know, your genes pretty much. It's cooperation. And what do I mean by that? Well, think about this. Did a lone man go out and take down a woolly rhino? Or a mastodon? Hell no. Some guy with a flint spear taking down an animal that big? I mean, it's possible one could have, but I'll be damned if that's not a death wish. You start messing with animals that large, they'll kill you. But if you work together, why, the things that men can accomplish, well, look at the world. And now that's, you can tell things are not right. Something isn't right. And this is not a knock on women or feminism or any of that stuff. This is solely about men. You know, we are born to help each other, to support each other, to try to make the world a better place. And without that, I mean, what do you have? I mean, you go to a 9 to 5, you work your ass off all day, you come home, and what? You play video games? That's your sense of accomplishment? Because there's a lot of guys that have jobs that there's no sense of accomplishment. What have you accomplished? You shuffled some papers around? You made a Venn diagram? A couple of graphs? What are you accomplishing there? And people always go, well, I make a lot of money. I know that you think that's an accomplishment, but trust me, when you have money and when you don't, the only thing that having money is you go, I've seen people do it. They go out and they just started going on a buying spree. And they end up just as broke as they would be if they were making less money or even poor. It's a weird kind of thing. I mean, I gotta say, when you look at those old pictures of guys building skyscrapers from like the 1920s and stuff, my God, look at those men. I mean, defying death. There were cables holding those guys up there, sitting there eating their damn lunch on a girder that's 500 yards off the damn ground. They face imminent death every day. And maybe that's part of what motorcycling is. It's that. And that's why a lot of men seek it out, because there's that little bit of death defiance in it. Because you know damn well a wreck can kill you. And it doesn't even have to be a high-speed one. It can maim you. And you know, that's the other thing, you know, motorcycling, it is a sort of brotherhood. I can talk to any guy on any bike, it doesn't really matter. You don't know how many conversations I've had with guys, you know, on Hondas or Harleys or Yamahas, Kawasaki's. You know, it's you have a connection there. And it's sad that a lot of men have lost this. And I think that's another thing, you know, the suicide rate among veterans. You don't understand how powerful it is and how important it is to have someone that you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that, damn it, they were going to fight to the death with you. It didn't matter. You guys, it was your ass and his ass and everybody else's asses together. Now this is, it's one of those things where you just can't describe that feeling. And then they come home and those guys that they spent all that time with, I mean, you're talking day and night. These are guys that would, you know, take a bullet for you. And they come home and they're alone. And it makes it even worse if they've witnessed, I mean, really bad stuff. Seeing their buddies get hurt or even killed. The only reason I can identify with these guys because my actual brother came home and was murdered after being in Iraq. He was in Iraq, came home on leave, second tour duty, and murdered. And my brother, you know, he was that guy that always had your back. He would take a bullet for you, and I would have took a bullet for him. The guy pulls a gun, I'm stepping in front of it, and he'd do the same thing for me. And we got in plenty of fights with people, knives, guns, stuff that shouldn't happen, but, you know, growing up in a bad part of town, it does. So I can understand that feeling of loss. A feeling of just empty loneliness, especially with someone that you bet your life on, and he bet his life on you. I don't know what can be done about it. Honestly, I think that forming a club would be nice, but it seems like every time a guy tries to do that, the cops want to try to bust them, or the FBI wants to infiltrate them, even if they're not doing anything wrong, because, well, damn it, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to associate with anyone that holds your same views. Why, you have to be an individual. And that's the other thing that I think is, you know, one of the worst things to happen in the last, since I was a kid, you know, in the last 20, 30 years, you know, that individualism. And I know, man, I hate the way it sounds, but and it's a stupid thing to say. You know, a bundle of sticks is a lot stronger than a single twig, so, or a single stick. And I think that's why men aren't allowed to have that anymore. They want us downtrodden and beaten and unhappy and just sick. So, I guess that's going to be all. Man, I don't want this to be a downer video, but I know it is. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. All that stuff, along with, you know, ringing that bell, flicking that ding-a-ling, to be notified when I come out with new videos. All that stuff helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every one of you. I do read every comment. Bye, y'all.